right there's looking out over the river. I'm on the Ohio side that's looking over towards West Virginia. I'm about, let me see, it'd take me about 35 minutes to get to Wheeling from right here. Like 30 minutes to Blair. Like I'm right on in that area of the eastern part of Ohio. That's looking east towards the east coast right there into West Virginia. I'm heading up the river here. I'm heading up to a town called Moundsville. There's a good shot of the river there. Found points right in here. But I find points on every section of the river, so it really didn't matter to show any of this. But anyway, I'm going up to Moundsville, and we're gonna climb up on top of the huge Grave Creek Mound. And I'll give you a shot around town on that. Then we'll go inside the museum and look at some artifacts, see what they got. They have some stuff from the Kanawha River site, and they found Amos points there. I think one of the first places they were ever discovered. We'll check out some of that stuff and see what's going on. I'll give you some more shots of the river if I can in places where you can really see it later. All right, here's where I'm at. Here's the Grave Creek Mound Archaeological Complex right here. Right there's the Moundsville prison. Look at that old building. Here you can check this out. You can pause this and read it all. You can pause it now, I'm gonna go. But look at that big Moundsville prison. They filmed stuff here before. You can type in Moundsville Penitentiary and look how big it is. It looks like a fortress. But we're going in here. I'll get back and show you. We'll go up and look at the mound too later. That's walking in, and this is, you can see the start of the museum. See how big it is. Look, they got a Marble King display over here now. Good look at, I didn't know they had Marble King. Must be some art glass stuff. That's people, art glass. People making this stuff. Look at that fish. It's pretty cool. Marx Toys. Took this out. Wow. Look at that metal fire truck that thing's meant. Mickey Mouse. I play the xylophone. Man, they got toys and stuff here now. Look at the Marx plastic figures there. There's that big. I showed that in my community section in my pictures. Fred Flintstone on Dino the Dinosaur, 1962. Lewis Marx and Company, there you can see it. Look at the White House, the Capitol of the United States, 1954 to 60. Look, there's presidents and stuff with it. That's a cool place. Carry all action, Fort Apache. Look at the Indians. The Best of the West collection, man, that's a store display. I have that Geronimo figure in the box. Johnny West and General Custer. These toys are awesome. Rockin' Sock'em robots with the original box. Roy Rogers radio ramps, check it out. Wow. Look at that. Big bruiser. Crash car. There's Zorro. Man, that's cool. Metal Wall Street truck, that's nice. There's the Flintstones playset, folks. I find these figures in the dump. I found one of these just recently. See if I can find the one. Yeah, the guy back here in the back with the cap on, holding the stuff on his shoulder. I found that in the dump. Look at these Army combat playset. That's awesome. That's really cool. That's really cool. The Ward Service Station. Wow, with the original box. Unbelievable. Look how it's just pristine. Wow. Busy Bridge. That's an awesome toy. That's really awesome. This is nice. Sunnyside Service Station. That's awesome, with the old gas pumps. Wow. Look at the trains. There's an army one, metal army supply train, 1940s. Whew. Okay, right here's Marble King. But there's, yeah, it just kind of gives a timeline. There isn't much here. I'd like to see marbles, not this stuff. But oh well. See, even big wheels are Mark's big wheel. Looks like one I had when I was a kid. Really, I think I might have had that. I'm pretty sure I did, that exact big wheel. Huh. Look at this. This canoe. Timeless Techniques Making the Hellbender by John Red Eye Senior, Seneca Nation. Right there. You can see the guy made this. It's got designs in the bottom. Here, dugout canoe. Let me touch the back of this and I'll get this down. You can pause these sections. Alright, you should be able to pause that and read all of that. And right here. Right here it's called the Hellbender. And up there it says what a hellbender is. It's like a aquatic lizard. Here there's a hellbender. It's like a salamander. There you can read about it. What is a hellbender? Pause that. Let's look around here and see if there's anything worth filming. Here's some Marble King marbles. Good. See, there's the bag you could get with them in the marbles. There's some other advertising stuff. They must make stuff, marbles or something for, yeah, these play sets. Going nuts. They must have made all of these marbles for these play sets. There's a Marble King. That's newer stuff though. Yeah, these are, yeah, there's some older ones there in the bag. Marble King truck. And here's a big, check out this big, let me see, how do you put, wonder where you put marbles, cost. You must be able to put marbles in this. Let's put a few in it and see. Here, put marbles here. I don't know, that's kind of cool, but it was pretty uneventful, if you ask me. But anyway, that's kind of cool, though. I'll get back, we'll go to another section now, and I'll get back and show interesting stuff. This stuff's all, that toy section's awesome. I'm actually going to get some pictures of these toys for the video. There's some awesome, really valuable. This is one of the nicest displays in the whole museum, honestly. Wow, this is nice. This is my favorite thing because I've already seen it. See, they've really branched out here. This, I didn't even see this. This wasn't here the last time I was here. There's a big Fostoria glass display here, and it's nice. Here you can see Fostoria. You can pause this and read it. Just pause it now and read this, and then if you're into that. All right, here's a bunch of Fostoria you can see. Little squirrels there. You want to look at all this stuff and know what it is if you're digging in dumps. You want to look at all this stuff you can. Then you'll know what you're finding. Good. Alright, I've not seen this display before. The Clifton Heights petroglyphs. They must be from like Wheeling, Clinton. There, you can pause that and read that. And right here's the petroglyph. I don't know if this is a replica, but that's pretty cool. You know, I found rocks with engraved lines in them, but nothing like that. That's pretty cool. There you can see it. We're getting into more, you see, these are replicas though. This stuff is, you know, cool, but they're molds of this stuff. Mammoth, you know, I bet kids like it. And I think even all the teeth, yeah, these are molds, or maybe this one's real. That, well, no, that's a mold too. I can tell by looking at it. So are these. These are fakes. I don't even have to touch them. This might be real. Yeah, that, well, no, that's not. I don't even think that, it's not. It's a mold too. All of these are molds. None of them are real. But they're still cool. See, that's definitely a mold. Let's get down here. There's artifacts down here, and they've actually got some nice pipes and stuff. But in terms of flint, I think they could probably, unless they've branched out since the last time I've been here, some of these pipes, you know, are worth thousands. Look at this stuff. Here you can see this guy's collection. The Henry R. Kelly collection. There, you can pause this. Let me try to get it to where you can, there's not much glare. And here's the pipes. Look at some of this stuff. Little sandstone pipes. There's a Catlinite one. There's a face pipe. There's a double. That looks clay. Look at that effigy pipe. And you know, this is the real deal here. Bifaces here. That's a really nice, that's the nicest one. They got some nice drills. You know, that drill right there is awesome. It's the nicest one, that T-drill there. Some Cobb's blades and stuff. You've seen me find stuff just like this. Look at that blade. It's made of blue, flint reds, blue and green on one tip. That's pretty rare material. It says many of the sites Henry Kelly visited were located on the Ohio River and its tributaries, such as Neal's Landing on Blennerhassett Island. I have points from this guy's collection. I have one from Neal's Landing he found on a card from Blennerhassett Island, the museum. It used to be there. I think it's even signed by Miss Henry Kelly. Maybe I'll get that out in the future and show it. But look at this stuff, large bifaces. That's a hoe. This is a hoe. This is probably a hoe too. There's some grooved axes. The hematite one I just gave away is nicer than any one in this case. It is. Here's some nice pottery pieces. These are handles off the sides of bowls. You can see there's a handle. Here's a burnished pot. Middle Mississippian bottle. Like the people making the Madison points were making pottery that looked like this. It was beautiful. Here's some pestles. Discoidals here, gaming stones. Cannel coal, drilled sandstone. This stuff in these cases, most of it except like the Cobb's knives, most of this stuff's later woodland stuff, like all this tubular beads. This is all, like, I would say Mississippian and woodland stuff. Some little animal teeth pendants and slate pendants up here. Some pieces of a Popeye birdstone there. Stone weights. Gorgets. Look at this big slate gorget preform. That thing's massive. Here's some projectiles. There's Mississippian points here coming up into archaic stuff, early archaic. There's like a big sandy. There's a Jack's Reef pentagonal, an Adena, a Hopewell. They got everything in here. Here's some Clovis points. That's more like a Cumberland there. It's fleeted clear to the tip and it's made of Carter Key flint, this one here. This one looks like it's made of hornstone. It looks real thin. That looks like Coshocton flint, this one. Not sure what this one's made out of, but it's nice too. 4 nice Clovis points. It says these are from historic Parkersburg, the seat of Wood County. In 1913, as the population of the city drastically increased. There's a picture of the town where these were found, Parkersburg. There's more projectile points. There's some old stuff. There's a bifurcate. Lots of stuff in here, but nothing that really catches my eye. There's some decent points in here, you know, but just about like the stuff I find on a regular basis there. Alright, here's the St. Albans site. Display on this. There's Kanawha bifurcates, I find them, LaCroix, I find all of this stuff. See down through here. Then you get down into the Kirk and the Charlestons. See, there's Kirk serrated, them are nice. These are the nicest points, I think, in the museum here, the flint pieces, some of this stuff. These black Kanawha church Kirks, look at them. And this one on the end here with that green in it, that's Crooksville Church for sure. It varies in color. That one right there on the end is Crooksville, and you can see in that one the green, like I find, like that green Amos, I find it's real translucent. It's nicer than any point in this whole case, 10 times as nice, and it's made out of that same stuff. I lucked out on that point. It's a good one. But here's more stuff. This is early to middle woodland transition. There's some nice stuff in here, nice slate pieces. That big piece of that pot's awesome. There's some nice flint too. It's not bad. Real nice pieces of worked hematite, rubbed hematite. Look at that one that's all engraved. And these beautiful bone tools. The saddle site, Monongahela settlements in Marshall County, West Virginia. You can see this stuff. Nice discoidal. Mount Carbon. You see they have some decent stuff here this time. Look at these little discoidals made out of pottery that are drilled in the middle. These are nice. This is mostly Mississippi and stuff. Look at these candle coal pendants. These are nice. Frontier forts. A lot of you metal detectors will like this. Look at that bullet mold. Imagine finding an old bullet mold like that with your detector on a colonial site. Gun flints there. Harpoon. That's pretty cool. See, look at this old plate. The Heavener site, 18th century frontier cabin in Pocahontas County. See handles off. There's old forks. This kind of stuff makes a nice display if you're out doing that kind of stuff. Look here. I find bottles like these all the time. Them blobs, look, there's a little gun. The Blennerhassett Island this is off of, look. Little pumpkin seed flask, I have one just like it. Look at the marbles. They're all clays. Like Benningtons. And there's buckles. There's some shoe buckles and knee buckles. That aromatic schnapps. That's a nice bottle. Camp Allegheny. Nice old bottle. Horseshoes, you can see there's just lots of stuff. Ooh. Wheeling style in the Victorian era. I'll go back on some of these and pause on the, let me see, on this next, and you can pause the screen and read it. This is the wheeling. You can see all these bottles. Edmund Bocking Farmus bottle, Ed Boggs medicine bottle. There's glass buttons. Look at that old plate. That's cool. Here's this Camp Allegheny. Pause that and read it. In the Blennerhassett Island, paleo to present. There's been some really nice paleo points found on that island. Right there. And right there you can read that. Here's more stuff down here. Just pause it on these. And you can read this real quick. When I put it on, pause the video, and then you can read all of it. And it'll be just like you're here with me. There you go. There's the text there. Just pause it and read it. And in the heaven or sight, let's do this one. Try to get it all in there so you can at least try to read it. All right. Well, that's not a bad little section to look at some artifacts. It's free admission here, so you just get to walk in and look at all this stuff. You know, it's worth stopping by if you're in Moundsville or around Wheeling. You can look at all that glassware, and man, that toy section over there is nice. There's stuff up there too. I'm going to take some pictures down here, and then I'll turn this off and I'll get back. We'll look at something else, and plus we got to go out and climb up on top of the mound. I'll show you a view of this town. The mound is huge. These are really cool, like dioramas. Here, you can pause this now on these sections and read this. Shows what, well, I'd say this is all woodland period stuff, like a Dina. You see they got some agriculture going there and little homes. See down here, like long houses. It's pretty cool. We'll walk up this way. Here's the Paleo-Indian period of West Virginia. The Archaic period. Woodland. I'm just going to go over these fast because you can look up this stuff online. But there's some good information here. And pause it. Pre-contact and contact periods. Alright, walk up here. It looks like they have a bow and maybe an addle here or something. Big harpoon looking thing. I think a lot of them point, see how the second one down is on like a long shaft, and then they have an insert in the end with the projectile one, but I think that's how all of these Amos points were used to harpoon fish. From looking at the site for so long. And I think they pulled them out and used them as handheld knives and then the serrated edges to fillet the fish. I can tell by the use where on some of the edges of the serrated points they were definitely used to serrate fish. You see all these little things they made, fish hooks with weights on them, and see how some of the stuff was hafted here too, like I've shown in my videos. Little blades on little handheld knives. Think of what that serrated edge could do. It could do about anything you needed. There's some Paleo Indians probably here hunting a woolly mammoth with big spears. That's kind of cool. Yeah, there's stuff from the mound up here, I think, but here's a bunch of plates. Homer Laughlin China Company, West Virginia's gift to the world. Look at all this stuff. It says first piece, plant number 3, June 10th, 1902. Bet that's worth some money. You can see that. I'll just take you around the whole museum today, kind of. And it'll be just like if you live far away, that you can just pretty much be right with me today. I won't cut much of this or nothing. I'll just let you see what's going on. like I said, you can pause this stuff. How it was built, right there. And when was it built? And how long did it take? Who were the mound builders? Right here's a big picture of the mounds out there. We'll walk out there to it, but here's a big, like, diorama of the mound. Pretty cool. See, we're up on the upper layer looking down. It's like a tiered building. There's a nutting stain. Okay, here we go. Here's the best stuff in the museum, in my opinion. Tools and weapons. Look at these, some of these black canal points here. That's like a Charleston or a Kirk there at the bottom, that big one. Look at that big drill. This is nice stuff here. This axe is pristine. Dovetail there is beautiful. There's a banner stone, and that's about how big they are. A little slate one, that's beautiful. There's a slate axe. So there's another banner stone, another undrilled hard stone one. Here we get into some Adena stuff. Some pipes. Look at that duck bill pipe there. That's nuts. Look at these. Here's some pipes that are just, you know, these things are priceless. These things are worth, you know, $100,000 a piece. They are. They're priceless. There's a copper bracelet that's just insane. Look at that turtle. All these Adena gorgets and stuff. Look at this copper one. That's disgustingly awesome. Look at that. A birdstone, you know, that's worth thousands upon thousands of dollars. This is the best stuff, folks, right here. These pendants, they're worth thousands of dollars. This stuff is very valuable. They're national treasures, all this stuff in these frames here. It's beautiful. Look at it. You know, imagine finding that. A shell-faced death mask like a thing. More pipes. It's pretty impressive, this is. Well, let's go up here. Here's what some Adena people would look like. The average Adena man was 5'5". Man, that looks like a little kid beside me. The average Adena woman was 5'2". Right there. 5'5" and 5'2". You learned something today. It's a pretty nice looking painting. See, I think I go out here. Let's see. And the mound's right out here. Wait till you get a view of this. It's massive. Let me get my... Look at this thing. It's, imagine people carrying all that dirt in baskets and by hand to go up that. And there's the prison back here. That's one place there that's the haunted Moundsville prison. Let's see some horrible things happen behind these walls. We're gonna cut up the side here. It's raining. That's why I'm doing this and not digging someplace for, I'd much rather be hunting someplace even in the rain than doing this. But I'm sure a lot of you will enjoy this a great deal. Here we go. You can see how high I am up already. That would be the rivers right out there. These hills you can see in the distance are hills and a high. The rivers on this side of these hills over there. Look how huge that prison is. You can come here on Halloween and do haunted tours of the prison. They have haunted houses in it. If you are into that kind of thing, check that place out. It'd be worth the trip for you to come and experience that. The inside of that place is creepy. It's like Alcatraz. Look how high we are. This is a mound complex right in the middle of this town, right up on a flat along the Ohio River. Crap, I was telling you the river was out there. I got turned around, the river's out here. Tell I'm not wake up. There's the bridge going from Moundsville to Ohio. Right out there's the river. You can see it down there on the opposite side of that. But here we go, we're up on top. A woodland era burial mound. This must have been put up in 1942. That's pretty cool, but there's the prison. That's looking back into West Virginia east. Yeah, that's east, like right, yeah, right there is due east. So that's looking to the east coast, and this would be looking west. You can see right there is east, and this side will be west. Yeah, it's looking west. There's the Ohio River, there's Ohio right, these mountains there are Ohio. And Wheeling is that way, up the river there. This is cool, huh? You get to see the stuff inside. I got a bunch of pictures on my phone. We will, I'll work on a video. I think that used to be the old museum there. See how it's right by the mound and like gift shop and stuff. Look how old that building is. I bet you it would be so good to metal detect out in this field. I bet I would just have the best day ever, because there's been so much activity around this mound for so many years, and I doubt anybody's detected it. I doubt it's allowed. I doubt they'd let you. But I bet you this field right here is loaded, because you know it was back in the 1800s when they started on this, and there would have been people all out in here that have been having picnics in this field. I bet you it's loaded with silver coins and all kinds of stuff. But we'll get back in the museum. I'll see if I can find anything else to film, and if not, I probably can. I think there's stuff in there I haven't looked at yet, and I want to show you everything. But anyway, later I'll get back when I'm inside. Here's lots of brochures here in this thing, and here's about that West Virginia penitentiary, and you can see paranormal events. Whether you spend 3 hours or all night, the thrills are here. Maybe I'll put up pictures of some of the most interesting of this, or if you want me to, I can put it in the community section, information on any of this stuff. You can see the Festival of Lights at Ogleby. That's like a zoo place in Wheeling. It's pretty nice. There's a hiking trail called the Warrior Trail. The Warrior Trail, we'll take it. Somebody will be interested in that on here. Lewis and Clark Eastern Legacy. Rail Trails of North Central West Virginia. Blanderhassett Island, we'll take that. Historical State Park. Take one of them. The Mothman Museum. There's more supernatural. That'd be Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Historic Fort Steubenville, Ohio. You just saw me find these real awesome Steubenville milk bottles. The Mothman Museum, Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Well, I think I'm gonna get about out of here and see ya.